A few weeks ago, I started playing Bloodborne for the first time right here on the channel. And after becoming the Elden Lord, beating Elden Ring, beating Armor Core 6, getting about getting a few hours into Sekiro, trying Dark Souls, trying Demon Souls, the full From Software palette, or plate as you may say, I felt that it was time to jump into Bloodborne because there has been definitely the #1 suggested game right here on the channel for well over a year. Assuming you did see that, but a lot of you may not have if this video does what it's supposed to do and gets recommended to randoms. I got my ass whooped in that game, but I had such a good time. I was blown away that it hadn't been remastered or remade yet. I was blown away with how good it held up, being that it was from what, 2015. It was in 30 FPS, and here lately I've became very much a 60 FPS next gen snob, so to speak, PC gamer, whatever you want to call it. But I've gotten really accustomed to playing in performance mode on a lot of these games in 60 FPS, so that's very important for me. Also, I get motion sick, so now playing every game at 60 FPS, when I jump back to something that's in like quality mode or in anything less than 60, it really messes with me, like motion sick wise. The game was so good that didn't even bother me. What bothered me is, and that's the reason I made this video, yo, welcome back to the arcade. Today we're going to be chatting about Bloodborne real quick, real fast. Yesterday they released the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree video, and it dropped me, it plucked me right out of my Final Fantasy universe, flicked me right back into my From Software fantasy. So I had to get this off my chest. I had to talk about this, and I'm trying to be more of a YouTuber. As you see, I did the little bait and switch into the intro right there.
No, it didn't work. Okay.
But seriously, drop a like on the video, turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified when I upload. I uninstalled it because I truly believe that this year will be the year that we get an official remake, update, or remaster to that game. Like, I truly believe it. I feel it. Bluepoint has been working on something for a while from the reports that I've read. I mentioned this in my stream yesterday for the Elden Ring. I know a lot of you probably hadn't seen it, but what I was saying is whenever I start playing these games, I get deeply invested. I get deeply involved, and nothing else can do nothing else. And after I finished the Bloodborne video, literally that same day, I spent almost 6 hours that day just trying to get past that first area because I kept dying. Obviously, the game is hard. It don't hold your hand like Elden Ring does in a way. I didn't understand why so many people said that Elden Ring was the easiest Souls game until I beat Elden Ring, and I went on to start playing other games like Demon Souls. And when I died the first time and I was like almost to the boss, and it put me all the way back in the beginning, and I was just blown away with like, oh, this is some disrespectful shit right here. And I now can see why people say that, even though Elden Ring was hard as all fuck. At least for me. Point is, if I'm going to run a YouTube channel and I'm going to put that much time into a video game, I have to be recording to make the content out of it. And I didn't do anything. I wasn't doing anything. Besides, being a dad, and being a husband, I do those, adulting duties. But any spare second I had for those next 2 or 3 days was all Bloodborne. And I was in the same spot, bro. And a few other new games was coming out. These developers were sending me games. These companies were sending me games. I had sponsored videos to do. And all I wanted to do was get to that next level, prove to myself that I can get to that next level, and to the point where I said, oh shit, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I gotta take my son to school at 5. I'm still stuck in this one spot, but I did open this gate. I'm watching freaking YouTube videos, I'm watching YouTube tutorials, I'm listening to freaking Bloodborne and From Souls like podcasts. Like, I'm gone, bro. So I said, you know what, I have to quit this game right now. If I'm gonna play this much, I have to make content out of it to make it make any sense, at least for me right now in this point in my life. And 2, I want my community to experience this with me. I want them to see, especially, I know a lot of y'all have seen me since I started my From Software arc on these games. So I was like, I need to stop this because I need to wait until this 60 FPS, until this remake drops this year. I truly believe, and I'm gonna revert back to this video, that this is the year we finally get it. And to even confirm more of this, and I was already feeling like this, Miyazaki was making the rounds the last few days promoting and talking about the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree, which looks fantastic, by the way. Oh my God, we on that thing June 21st, 100%. But he was asked about the Bloodborne remaster or remake, and this is what he said. He said acknowledging it to him made him feel very happy to see fans very passionate about Bloodborne, suggesting that the game would benefit from a release on modern hardware with today's technologies and everything. I think having new hardware is definitely a part of what gives these remakes values, Miyazaki said. Things you weren't able to achieve on previous generations of hardware ways you weren't able to render specific expressions. New hardware sometimes makes it possible. However, I wouldn't say that's the be-all end-all. I think purely from a user perspective, modern hardware also allows more players to appreciate all the games. Like me, because I'm a graphics nub, so some of these people going back to like some of the older games and be like, the game is perfect the way it is. It came out in 2005. It looks great. I'm not on that train. With today's technology and the Unreal Engine 4 and 5 and the Frostbite engines and all the technology that we have, I want to experience the games that we loved as kids or in our younger years with today's shit, you know, not in the microtransactions or battle passes, but just like the same game, maybe update here and there. I don't freak out about a 1-to-1 remake, but just give us that game and today's shit, and I'm in for it. Not like The Last of Us Part 2 remake and remaster they've done, but that's neither here nor there. So he basically said we're gonna remaster this year around the Game Awards time. That's what I understood. So what a time to be a From Software fans with the DLC Shadow of the Erdtree just dropping. I worked on 2 months of top 10 things that all players would like to see in the DLC. And if this is your first time watching me, I hope it's not your last. Thank you so much. Check out that DLC video for your boy. Peace.